Welcome. We are so excited to have you here today. Thank you for attending this webinar, LinkedIn Strategies to Turn Contacts to Contracts. I'm your moderator, Jenny Alton, from the New York Small Business Development Center Central Office. Today's presenter is Tony Harris-Taylor, the networking queen from drasticresults.com. And we are so thrilled to have her here and presenting on this very important topic for you today using LinkedIn. This webinar is brought to you by the New York Small Business Development Center, a network of 22 campus-based centers and outreach offices, which are located across New York State, along with a central office based in Albany. The NYSBDC is a U.S. Small Business Administration resource partner. Our free advising, education, and advocacy services are made possible by funding from the SBA, New York State, and our host campuses. So you know, this session today is being recorded. We will share it with attendees after the webinar, and attendees are muted and will not appear on camera during the presentation. If you have any questions during the presentation, please don't hesitate to type them in the Q&A box as they come up. We will address questions throughout the presentation. We have a lot of attendees today, which is wonderful. So if you put a question in the chat, we may miss it there. So please make sure to locate that Q&A box at the bottom of your Zoom window so that we can address as many questions as we have time for today. For very specific questions that may take more time and detail to answer, or if we run out of time to answer all questions, I will include contact information for Tony in the chat, as well as an email for here at the NYSBDC. And now I will turn the time over to Tony to get the party started.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Jenny in New York SBDC. My name is Tony Harris-Taylor in Houston, Texas. All the way from Houston, Texas. You've got to love this technology where you can be anywhere and talk to people everywhere. So thank you, Jenny, for coordinating this. She told me over 200 people registered, which tells me that y'all want to know how to use LinkedIn to turn your contacts into contracts. I can see y'all's posts, so if you want more contacts and more contracts, put me in the chat. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Put me in the chat. Me, put emoji. Yes, I see you. Okay, Takesha, Katira, interesting. Natalie, Linda, me, Robert Reed. Yes, okay, now I know I have human beings on the other side. So I am glad to hear that. So who am I? If you look behind my head on my virtual background, I am known as the networking queen. If I sit up straight, the crown will sit on my bun. My clients gave me that moniker and I resisted it for a long time because I was just like, I'm nobody's queen. But then when I looked at the fact that I've grown my business globally, I've taught others how to grow their business globally, I'm known as the coach that connects. Yeah, I'm kind of the networking queen. So those are my two monikers, the networking queen and the coach that connects. I am the CEO and founder of Drastic Results, marketing and sales coaching, where I help service-based entrepreneurs learn how to get known, get connected, and get paid. Let me tell you something. You can be the best educated, the most certified, the most degreed, but if nobody knows about you, you're the best kept secret out there. And the truth is you're probably not making the money you want to make. So I help people get out of their head and into their heart about getting their business out into the world. My second business is Network in Action Global Partners. I'm a franchise owner and community builder. I bring entrepreneurs together, business owners together, to build connections and intentional referrals so they can have more connections, collaborations, and make more money. And then lastly, the Viral Networking Conference is my conference. I'm the host of that. And that is an annual conference coming up October 4th through 6th And so I love teaching my clients how to go viral with relationship sales. All right. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn for networking, specifically for using it as a networking tool. And the very first, I don't have to convince y'all that LinkedIn is the place to be, right? Y'all know LinkedIn is for business connections, whether it's business to business or business to consumer. This social media thing is all about using it for intelligence. See, networking is not just about going to events, passing out cards, hoping somebody will call you. You got to build relationships, and somebody has to take the lead in relationship building. And what I've seen on LinkedIn is that if you do it right, you can turn those contacts into contracts. So, and now my daughter's calling. I have to call her back. I hope it's not an emergency. So, with a lot of activity going on, due date was moved up 3 weeks. So there you go. So you got to learn how to turn those contacts through contacts, but it really is about building relationships and how you show up online. My networking formula is show up, be up, follow up, and you will blow up. And showing up is not just going to an event and passing out cards. It is all about showing up in a way online and offline where you're attractive. Now, I know I'm getting ready to step on the proverbial toes right now, and I really want y'all to get drastic and implement what I'm telling you. But if I hurt your feelings in the process, it's coming from love because I want you to win. Here's what I see. Most people are extremely lazy when it comes to their online presence. You're not putting effort into your profiles. What I mean by that, I see selfies as headshots or profile pictures. I see no cover photos. I see lazy headlines. I'm a realtor or realtors, right? No. So you've got to give energy online so that you are attractive. Very important. So if I step on your proverbial toes, it's out of love because I want you to win. I really want you to show up in a way that people are like, who is that? I might need to know her. And I get messages all the time, people saying, I saw your profile and it had so much energy through the words. I wanted to meet you. I wanted to connect with you. And so every relationship starts with a first date. So I'm going to show you my profile, and I will be first to admit mine probably still has work to do, but I know I'm a lot further ahead than most. So I'm sharing my screen and I'm welcoming you to my LinkedIn profile. Would you, Jenny, drop in my LinkedIn profile link for me, please, so they can hop on the profile side by side with me. Okay, so first thing you notice, I'm going to show it to you on I'm in editor mode. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you in a different browser so you can see. I'm showing you what it looks like on your side. Okay, so the first thing you would notice when you come to my profile is I have an attractive cover. Now, I change my cover often depending on what I have going on. That's the other thing with social media. They like for you to update your profiles a lot. The algorithms will start to share if you're more active. So I change my covers to match whatever I have going on. Right now, I'm in full conference mode. It's October 4th through 6th. So my cover is customized, made on Canva. My virtual assistant made it, but if you don't know how to do this, you can go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com. You can go to Canva and pull a template and fill in the blanks Do not have a generic or no cover photo. They give you this as real estate you can use it. All right, use the real estate. I'm going to share again and make sure my audio is on. So, got that? Don't be lazy here. Put something up that represents who you are and what you do. All right. Next, have a professional profile picture. So I'm all about what do I do with these business cards, right? So I did a profile picture that shows me looking, giving the cards a side eye, like what do you do with them? But did you know you can also create a profile video? So you do a profile video.
Hi, this is Tony Harris Taylor. Want to welcome you to my LinkedIn profile. Take a moment, browse around, look at my 80 plus recommendations, and why don't you schedule a one-to-one with me at meetwithtonyharristaylor.com. Let's see how we can support each other, who I can introduce you to, and how I can help you to grow your network.
All right, so you get about a minute on your cell phone. The mobile app is where you can use. So you saw it was a little shaky because I was using my mobile app to record that video. So you can only record the video on mobile. So make sure you have the LinkedIn mobile app, but give us a minute of, you never know who's going to watch it. So give us your elevator pitch on the video. Okay, did you know you could do that? So let me know in the chat, is this new to you, or did you know you could do that? Awesome. All right, so I'm just checking the chat. I want to see everyone. Awesome, 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 awesome. It's new to you, okay, but haven't done it. Okay, good reminder. So record a quick little video and notice what the words of my video. I want to connect with you to see how I can help you, how I can connect you. My business is connecting people. So it's not about buy my thing. Will people buy my thing? Yes, they will. They'll become contracts. But I got to start by saying, what can I do for you? Then you have the audio, same thing. You can record an audio. So let's hear that.
Thanks for stopping by my page. I love making connections. So what are you working on and how can I help?
See, now it was originally designed to pronounce your name. So if you had an odd name, you could use it to pronounce your name. But I'm using it to further promote who I am and what I do. And again, it was thanks for stopping by my page. I love making connections. What are you working on? How can I help? Awesome. Next, we have this section here. This is called the headline section. The headline section needs to be complete. You need to use all the characters. Put your phone number in there. Put emojis in there if that's your energy. Now, emojis aren't your energy, that's okay. You can use the up and down, if you do shift in the slash, that up and down vertical line to separate things. But so I use emojis to give my profile energy. Now I'm gonna go over to my actual profile where I would edit it. So I'm gonna come in here to edit mode. And you fill out everything. Fill out here's the audio recording. I think, again, that has to be done on the mobile. So yes, if you want to do the pronouns, you can do that here. But the headline, you want to fill out, I think it gives you like 200 characters. Use all of the space. Now, notice what I put in my headline. Right now, I'm in full conference mode, so check out the Viral Networking Conference. I put the URL there. I put my phone number there. I put details of the conference and the date there, right? And so besides who I am and what I do, and I change this often as well. So make sure that you change your headline and use all the characters. No lazy headlines. Tell me what you do. Give me some energy. All right, where it says talks about, these are the things that I speak on. And so you get that in creator mode. So you can be in edit and click on creator mode, and you can add the topics that you teach on. Okay, and you can select up to 5 profile topics. So if you are a speaker, now maybe you're not a speaker, but maybe you are a coach, or maybe you're a realtor. Whatever it is, find the topics that relate to who you are and what you do in creator mode. And then you can also turn on LinkedIn Live, audio, newsletters. So I turn everything on, whether I use it or not. And that creator mode's been there for about almost a year. Okay, you can also see your analytics. So I have 6,800 followers and my post impressions. So I post on LinkedIn every day. I've hired someone to post on LinkedIn for me every day. I also post myself, but that's where you get the creator mode. Contact information. Go to contact information. Make sure you fill out all the lines. I don't want people to have to try to hunt me down. So if I'm networking and I'm using this profile for networking, I'm going to give people the information they need to know if they want to talk to me or not. And so edit the contact information and fill it all in. And I have it set that all LinkedIn members can see my contact information. I'm a networker. I'm not afraid of people. So, and plus the people here tend to be more professional. And that's the other thing. I'm speaking right now. There's probably 100 people here. I'm probably not going to meet you face to face. I'm in Texas. You're in New York. If you want to connect with me from a different, and I'm a global networker, I need people to be able to see how to follow me. So I fill out complete contact. This is also an underutilized space. If you don't want to give out your personal cell, this is a program I use that's a CRM. It has a text message system. This is actually the phone number to my text message. It rolls over to my cell. So when someone dials it, I'll answer, but it's not my personal cell. And so you can also use Google Voice and get a Google number. All right, very good. So now, the other thing is I want people to schedule a one-to-one. Tell people to visit my website. So when you go into edit mode on the top part, as you scroll down, I pretty much turn everything on, put any other Phoenixes in the room, I'm sure there are, put it in chat. Edit contact information, I can edit it here, but down here, custom action, add a link that will appear at the top of the profile. Here's the link. I want people to schedule a meeting with me. So go to meetwithtonyharristaylor.com. And the text says schedule a one-to-one with me. And yes, people use it, right? So I click here and it's going to jump to my Meet with Tony Harris Taylor page. I clicked that on somebody's profile the other day and it gave me an error. So make sure the page is active that you attach to the profile. And then it shows how many followers and connections I have. And that's a vanity play on social media's part, just showing off who's your followers and all that. So any questions in chat, Jenny, about the headline or the top portion?
Yes, we do have a few questions. So first of all, the first question asked if you've gotten a lot of robocalls from posting your phone number. And so you're using that text service to help prevent that. What is the text service that you use for that phone number?
I use Go High Level and Twilio is the text service. So Go High Level is the CRM, Twilio is the text service. If you don't have a CRM, you have to have a CRM. And I have a couple that I use, but to incorporate text is Go High Level. And then Now Site's another one that I use. But you can get a free Google Voice number, and that will then roll over to your personal cell, but that's the phone number you can put here. Thank you, Matthew, for putting that.
Yes, one of our advisors from the NYSBDC is on the call today and said that Google Voice is great and
It is.
free.
Yes,
So always a good place to start there too. Another question that we have specifically is about AI impacting networking relationship building on social media, specifically LinkedIn. So would you like to address that later on, since that's a little bit
It's actually
bigger
coming
topic?
up shortly, but I'd like clarity on what they want to know about AI. So go ahead and clarify, what is it about AI you want to know and how it impacts social media, but I'm going to demonstrate ChatGPT, how I recommend you use it for LinkedIn.
Fantastic. We also have a question about, what is a CRM? What does that stand for?
Thank you. Sorry, Customer Relationship Management, these acronyms, right? So it's software that helps you to manage all the relationships that you have. So when someone schedules an appointment with me at meetwithtonyharristaylor.com, they automatically go into my CRM, they get reminders, I can make notes about the call. So it's just keeping track of your network and your prospects and sales. Good question.
Okay, we do have a comment about somebody using Google Phone successfully. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, I think we are good to go, Tony.
All right, next, here's a very missed area, featured. The featured area, you turn these areas on, by the way, and you do that, I think you can do it in here. So you want to, I'm trying to remember where exactly you turn it on. I think I'll cross it as we move on. But featured is things that you want to feature. You got a blog, you can post and feature your blog here, add an article. So if you're a writer and you're blogging or you're doing newsletters, even your newsletter content, you can copy and paste here. You can add a newsletter here, add a link. These are my YouTube videos. These are my commercials. I believe in video. I use a ton of video. So I added a link to my commercial, and then people can view it and it will take them to my link. Take people where you want them to go. Don't leave it blank. If you want them to go to your website, a blog site, I put a couple testimonials for clients here, right? So Byron's a self-proclaimed introvert, but he talks about the work we've done together. I have a video cast. And so it's pretty fun. I have my own theme song. So I put that montage up here. Use the featured area to showcase. This is your time to show off. And this is not, I mean, I love modesty and modesty is important, but if you don't put yourself out there, how are people going to know? So if you don't have a 30-second commercial, get one. If you are in business, every business should have a commercial to talk about who you are and what you do. So go to Fiverr and find someone to do it. All you got to do is search 30-second commercial. Even if the commercial is all stock video with a voiceover, please do these things. They're not hard to do, but then add them to your featured section. And then activity. So activity is whenever I create a post, it automatically shows up here. So it shows up as posts, and my show was Friday, so that is what's here. Then we have images. Then we have comments, right? When I make comments on people, I can see my comments. Here's all my social videos. Now, I have a social media manager, okay? You will get to that point where you have someone doing your social for you. And it's important because it helps with your SEO as well. So things you post here help with SEO. And then here are articles. This is an area I haven't utilized. I do so much video, I forget about articles. So these are actually really, really old. And going through this content over the weekend, I was like, oh, I need to update this. But and then here's all my events. Casters here, video casters like me, make sure that you attach it to LinkedIn because it'll automatically create an event for you. So, and then I have it defaulting to my images. Now this right here, I'm gonna take a minute because this is where people are extremely lazy. Remember I said that earlier, and I love y'all. That's why I'm telling you, your summary must be filled out. We are allowed 2,600 characters. How many do I have? 2551. I couldn't think of 9 more words, okay? You must fill out your summary, but it needs to have good energy. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm gonna go down here because I want you to see it as if you were just visiting my page. Now, my summary. How do you feel about networking? Ugh, throw up emoji. Yay, star emoji. I love networking, heart emoji. I hate networking. Ugh. I only want to network in person, handshake emoji. Virtual networking sucks. The line with the, so you're not alone. I used to feel the same way myself. I hated networking too. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, and I help entrepreneurs to get known, get connected through networking so they can make 6 figures and beyond. I love speaking on the topic of networking, relationship building, social media networking, and how to truly build relationships that last a lifetime. Zig Ziglar said it best. You can have everything in life you want if you help enough people get what they want. My love for helping entrepreneurs to grow through networking is why I decided to become a franchise owner and community builder with Network in Action. It is my greatest joy to facilitate connections between entrepreneurs and watch them grow together. Got a tree growing there. As Network in Action's reigning 2022 Community Service Award recipient, 2021 Brand Ambassador, and 2019 first ever Rookie of the Year, and fastest launching franchisee in the US, I have the pleasure of coaching and mentoring NIA leaders who have a passion for connecting people and want to get paid for it. What excites me the most? Seeing people I introduce create collaborations, relationships, and referrals. I'm expanding my franchise globally, and I'm looking for cops. Cop emoji, connectors of people to partner with me to lead virtual network in action groups and get paid for being the connector. I put some benefits with emojis. I put testimonials. I use all the characters. You guys, please start by putting in a complete, energetic storytelling summary. Now, I could have easily listed my bullets for my accomplishments, but it came off a whole, would you agree, it came off better as a story versus just putting the bullets? Okay, so I'm going to come over here to ChatGPT. Let's see here, and I'm going to ask it to create a full LinkedIn profile with headline and emojis. Now, I wrote my own. The one I just read to you, I wrote my own. Okay, but you can ask ChatGPT to write it for you, edit it. Don't take it. You know, I like to say, I can eat the beans out the can as they are, or I can season them and they're that much better. So that's the same thing with AI and ChatGPT. It's like eating something out the can and they're fine. But what if you seasoned it and put your own flavor to it? It makes it that much better, but I didn't have to do it from scratch. So if you see here, I put create a full LinkedIn profile with headline and emojis for, and I'm going to copy and paste this in chat so y'all can borrow it and season it with your own flavor. Toni Harris-Taylor, the networking queen and the coach that connects. She's an international speaker, 10-time author, marketing and sales coach. Toni's passion is helping to teach networking strategies to entrepreneurs who aren't getting real results from networking. She's also a franchise owner and community builder with Network in Action. At Network in Action, Toni brings together entrepreneurs. So I'm giving it enough to create a decent profile. Let's see what it comes up with. Oh gosh, this thing is ridiculous. OMG. So now I'm going to tell it, that's good. Got to give it a compliment. Can you make it more of a story format? Let's see what we get. Once upon a time in the bustling world of entrepreneurship, there was a woman named Toni Harris-Taylor, a true networking queen and the coach that connects. With her captivating charm and profound knowledge, she had earned a reputation as the go-to person for networking strategies that deliver results. Toni's journey began as an ambitious entrepreneur herself, fueled by passion. OMG, 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 I may just use this. So whoever asked a question about AI, it is perfectly okay. Wow. Toni's impact on the entrepreneurial world did not go unnoticed. She received numerous prestigious business achievements. Oh my gosh. Listen, after today, I don't want to see any more boring summaries. I just see too many that just don't, is not attractive. And so please, please, please use AI, season it with your own flavor, but I may just use that one because this one's a little stale. I've had this one over 6 months. It's now time to update it. So exciting. Okay. Next, your experience section. So make sure this is where the boring details go, right? Even though still make it exciting, but this is where I did this, I did that, I did this. That goes in your experience section, but your summary needs to be an attractive story. So business coach, I'm doing both. I have others here. Then my education, for sure, you want to include that. Any certifications, any licenses. I'm a certified coach. My skills, you can have up to 50 skills. Now, I personally don't put a lot of credence in this because back when they first started it, they was like, can you endorse me for this, and then you just click check, check, check. That to me didn't have a lot of credence, but it's there. This right here, though, is the most underutilized area of LinkedIn. Recommendations. You guys are not getting enough reviews. How many of you look at reviews before you go to a hotel, buy anything on Amazon, put reviews in the chat if you use reviews to, yep. Well, this is your equivalent of reviews. And I see people don't have any. They have 2 from 20 years ago. You got, because it puts the date in there. You have got to get more recommendations from people you've done work with and ask them to put the recommendations in LinkedIn. I have over 80 recommendations. My goal is to have 100 in the next couple months. And people, and they give me recommendations based on one appointment or long time work. And that is perfectly fine. And the best way to get recommendations is to give them. So start giving out and use AI to give out the recommendation. Let's show you how to do that. All right, so I'm gonna do a new chat. I'm gonna come back to that old chat. I'm gonna do a new chat. I'm gonna say, write a recommendation for Jenny Alton at the New York Small Business Development Center. Jenny has been instrumental in bringing cutting-edge education to her community. She is passionate. I personally want to thank her for including me in the lineup of speakers. Let's see what we get, right? And I'm gonna put LinkedIn specifically. All right, so this is another way you can use AI to build a deeper relationship. So it's very long. I'm gonna say, please shorten to 5 sentences. I haven't even read it, but you can get a shorter version. Now, when I do a recommendation, Jenny is the example, but if I do a recommendation for anybody, what do you think is gonna happen? Let me recommend her back. How about I could pick up the phone and call Jenny at any time because I've built a relationship and I'm showing that I value the relationship by giving her a recommendation. Okay. Now, Jenny then says, Tony, I got something coming up. I need a speaker. She invites me to speak. One of the people in the audience become a client. That's a contract. So do you understand that all of this is a way to deepen connections, deepen relationships? I didn't say Jenny was going to sign the contract, but Jenny's a connector who is putting me in front of people that one day may sign a contract. That's how you turn contacts into contracts. Is that an aha moment for anybody? Put aha in the chat if you are feeling me and you see what I'm doing here. And now with AI, I used to get stuck on recommendations because I was like, what am I going to say? And I'm a great writer and I know I want to say something nice. I just don't have time to sit down and think about it. You see, but when you solidify the relationships, that's key. Okay, so I'm gonna move on from recommendations. Next thing I want to talk about is you got a stack of business cards on your desk, just like everybody else. This one on top though, I was flipping through these cards one day last week or so, and I remembered when I met her at a conference. Her name is Shannon Wilburn. And I was like, oh, we've never connected. Now, typically I schedule one-to-ones with people on the spot, and that's a different class for a different day. But with Shannon, I didn't. And I was on the call on a one-to-one with a lady, watch this. So I'm on a one-to-one with a lady who has a nonprofit for teen moms. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I met a lady who has a franchise that consigns children's clothing and children's baby items. So I went through and I found Shannon's card. So I made sure that we were connected and I messaged her. All right, so here's what happened. So all these cards on your desk, they're golden. That's why y'all don't throw them away. But what do you do with them? Well, I'm telling you now. So, hey, Tony, April 8th, she messaged me. I missed it. Hey, Tony, we met in line for a headshot at IFA. I would love to connect with you here as well. June 17th, it's never too late. The lady who introduced me to NIA followed up with me 3 months later and changed my life. It's never too late to follow up. Hey, Shannon, I remember meeting you at IFA. I should have connected sooner. Would you be open to hop on a Zoom one-to-one to see how we can support each other? I can't wait to learn what you're working on and how we can help one another. My link is, or send me yours and I'll get something scheduled. I can't wait to reconnect. She did not catch the message. It was important to me to connect her with this nonprofit. So I went to her cards and I sent her a text. She responded. We've had 2 calls last week. And we just like, we connected over eyeglasses. She got a bunch of glasses, I got a bunch of glasses. And we get ready to do some stuff together. I introduced the nonprofit to her. She is introducing the nonprofit to her Houston franchisee. Y'all see, it's not hard either. I was intentional. It wasn't an accident. I was drastic. She could have said, get out of here. I don't want to meet you. And now we're set up for our 3rd conversation, our 3rd date, if you will. Is that an aha? That's how you use social media. That's how you use LinkedIn. So the first thing I tell you is go find all the people associated with these cards on your desk. Go find them in LinkedIn. Send them a connection message. The message should say, hey, your card is sitting on my desk. I don't know when we or where we met, or if you do, tell them. I don't remember when or where we met, but I want to connect with you here on LinkedIn also. Perhaps we should hop on a Zoom call to learn more about what each other has going on and how we can help one another. The end. Nothing's going to happen if you don't take the lead. And LinkedIn helps us to get it done. All right, so I got my checklist here. I want to make sure that I'm covering. Anybody want to be on the hot seat? Anybody is brave enough for me to go through your profile? If so, say me in chat. Jenny will, and put your profile link in chat while I talk about a couple more features. Jenny, you're back.
I am, and we've got some great questions lining up here. So if you want to hold them until the end, I'm just letting everybody know we've got your questions and we've got a lineup.
Let's go.
Okay.
I see Antoine raised his hand.
All right.
So I'm going to pull up his profile while you ask the questions. Go ahead.
Perfect. Okay. So Vincent wants to know a little bit more about the writing samples. He said, is this something that would be like a Word doc, or would you load it as a feature? I know you mentioned that there's specifically a place for articles. Would that be his best bet to put that in there? Okay.
Put the articles, put it in the articles section. Yes.
All right. So Vincent, look for that article section there. If you are somebody who does a lot of writing, you'll definitely want to focus on that. Okay. How then do you get activities picked up on by SEO?
Yeah, when you start putting things out there, the spiders find you, the web spiders find you. If you were to Google my name, you'll find about 20 pages worth of content out there. And it just happens automatically. You don't have to really trigger anything to happen. So once you start putting stuff on the web with your name associated, the spiders will crawl and find it. And when people Google you, it shows up.
All right. About AI, do you feel that using it regularly in posts or messages and replies removes the personal touch of your brand?
Remember, you're not using it just as is. Always season it. My favorite seasoning is Slap Your Mama. Now, that may be a Texas, Louisiana. Do y'all know about Slap Your Mama in New York? Put SYM in chat if you know about Slap Your Mama. That's my favorite seasoning. And I put it on everything. So do not use the AI stuff word for word verbatim. You know, my word is drastic, so I sprinkle drastic into everything. But no, it doesn't remove the personal touch at all. So excellent.
Question then about You, I am assuming, are showing a premium account today. Is that correct?
I'm
in LinkedIn?
not. I do
Oh,
not have-
not. Okay, well, that answers that question. These features are available with non-premium accounts then. All right, next question. This attendee would love to hear you share stories and examples of how your LinkedIn profile has successfully connected you to prospective clients.
Yeah. So there's many ways. I mean, people find me. I mean, I have a lot of followers, so people find me. I do a lot of speaking and people find me. And when they read my profile, they reach out and they say, I read your profile. Now, there are a lot of people who using automation to just say, I read your profile, and they didn't really read it. So I can always tell the difference too, because they'll say something like, I see you love networking. I'm a connector too. Let's connect. So, and then as I told you, they may not directly buy from me, but they may introduce me to somebody who might buy from me. They may put me in front of an audience where people will buy from me. So yes, it happens all the time. And I'm always putting myself out there. So therefore, people see me and it turns into business. I hope that answered, Jenny. You're on mute.
That's a great example. Our next question. This person owns a restaurant and so has a personal profile and a business profile. This person wants to use LinkedIn more to make connections in the local community with business people who may need catering. What you are coaching us on today, should this person be working through their personal or their business profile? And how can they mirror the two profiles to have, an extra impact from those?
I guess the question I would ask, is how much are people searching for business profiles? Not much that I know of. I rarely hear anybody talk about a business profile. So I spend my time on my personal profile. My personal profile is a business profile. It's just about me, the owner, primarily. And I have team members and they have their own profiles as well. But if I'm looking to do catering, I would use my personal profile, showcase, feature my catering jobs, put videos up, put pictures up, talk about articles, create articles around catering and choosing the right caterer and what can go wrong and those kinds of things. But to answer the question, I would use your personal profile. Okay, I have Andrew here. Let me do this real quick. He dropped his link and I can see it. So I copied and pasted, and then Jenny, I'll come back for more questions to close it out. I'm going to take 5 minutes and go through Andrew's profile. So good job on having Celebrate Latinx Voices, I think that's what it's supposed to be, but there's no contact information in there. There's no website, there's no phone number. So give me something here in the background picture so that I can easily type in the website and hop over to a beautiful profile picture. Very handsome, excellent. I'm already saying you got to use all the characters here. Founder and CEO. Tell me what your business about. Is this the name of the business, by the way, or is this you celebrating Latin? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't share screen. My bad. There we go. Okay, Celebrate Latinx Voices. Put some contact information in the background. Right here, no headline, not enough information. Tell me about the business. Let's see, dynamic, multilingual, high performer with a variety of skills, successful management of projects. Yeah, use ChatGPT to write you a story here and use the space, sir. Yeah, and the other thing about this stuff is you got to stand out as different. Don't fade into the background. Marketing is all about how are you standing out. So make sure that your about section, that's why I use my emojis. Now that may not be your energy or personality, but do something to make yourself stand out. Okay, looks like you're pretty active. You're posting something at least, and you're reposting. I'd like to see your own content here versus reposting other people's content. So creating content, and I didn't even talk about content to drive traffic, but your content needs to create some engagement so that people want to know more about who you are. ACG Consulting, I'm assuming that's your business name. Is that your business, Andrew? Okay.
Andrew says yes.
Okay, so honestly, I'm not sure then why Latinx voices are here, unless that was an event or something you were promoting, but this background should be about AGC or ACG Consulting. And yes, using your personal profile, founder and CEO. You're not telling me anything here, sir. And I know this is out of love. Give me why someone would want to work with you. And so same here. So don't spend some time here, because you want to have a profile that you're proud to send people to. Because when people say, well, how do I know you can help me in my business? I'm like, go read my 80 recommendations. Here's the link, right? So, okay, very good. Put some of your passion in here. Get your recommendations on here. Yeah, this is a great foundation, but honestly, this is the type of profile I've been seeing, and you guys have a lot of work to do when it comes to just making sure you show up as different. I'm going to take one more, Katira. All right, author, copywriter, editor, beautiful, beautiful. Got images of the books that she loveforwords.com. This looks really good. Okay, she's turned on the creator mode. Excellent. Contact info. Beef that up a little bit. Your day is coming soon. Have a good one. Schedule a consultation. So that's good. She's got that there. Then she's got some featured things. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, keep those updated. You might want to do features once a month or so. Activity, these are her posts. Okay, and that's good. It shows the comments she's making. Any videos, looks like she spoke on the big stage. Okay, as a logo file, copy makes me happy. Okay. So here's what I want to see. I want to see some testimonials in here. I want to see more about your story. How did you get to be this person who loves copy? That's like not normal to love copy. So how did you get there? What's the background? Why do you love books? Why do you think people need to have a book? I'm a 10-time author. So why do you think it's important for a business person to have books? So I'm going to stop here because I'm almost out of time, and I know there's a few more questions. So go ahead and.
All right, I'm back. And there are a lot of people who had questions about their LinkedIn profiles. So I want to encourage you to look in the chat for Tony's information. She does do some one-on-ones and connect with her if that is something that you want to pursue further. And thank you to our volunteers who graciously let us feature them live today. So a question, how many posts, articles, links, etc. do you recommend for the featured section?
I wouldn't do too many. I think I have 5. So, and then just keep them up to date. And I don't mean daily, you know, once a month, once every 2 months, but 4 or 5.
Right. And question then about sending messages without doing it publicly on LinkedIn. What's the best way for connecting privately on LinkedIn?
Yeah, so if you want to connect with someone and you don't have a relationship with them yet, what you would do is Andrew, for instance. So I'm going to go back to Andrew's profile if I can see it. He and I are not connected.
Can you share your screen, Tony?
Thank you. So I would go to more. So when you get on a person's profile, you go to more and you try to see if you can connect. We are 3rd level connections. Now there's something about his settings that won't allow me. Oh, he's already sent me a connection request. So what you do is you go to more and you hit connect and you send him a little note, right? It was so nice to meet you at the networking event last night. I would look forward to connecting with you. Let's connect here too. And so that's how you connect with someone who is not a connection already, but send them a private little note.
And do you recommend that as the best way overall to connect with people that you have had an interaction with, or do you think email is preferable? What do you find works very best of all out of all available methods? Yeah,
all of the above, but I would start with LinkedIn. Now that doesn't guarantee that these business cards are on LinkedIn every day. So remember, I sent Shannon a message. She didn't respond. So I then made a text message to her phone number on the card because I was determined to connect with her. And sometimes my spirit leads me, you really need to reach out. So I start with LinkedIn. The other thing is I can read who they are and get some intelligence about them. And then if I don't hear from them, email's my last resort, just because email's so overwhelming for me personally that I sometimes miss responses. So I try everything but email.
Understood. All right, your contact phone number, another question about that. So if somebody were to just list their cell phone number, do you have any recommendations about that if they don't have any other service involved?
Yeah, you're not going to get, look, the worst thing that can happen is your phone is blowing up and it's not robocalls. I don't get robocall. I don't feel like my robocalls come from LinkedIn. So the worst thing that can happen is that people are calling you all day, every day. It's not happening like that. You get 1 or 2 calls. I saw your number on LinkedIn. So you're safe. And listen, if it happens that way and you're getting annoying calls, remove it. It's not that hard. Don't. Sometimes we overthink things. Don't overthink it. Do it. If it doesn't work, change it.
All right, we'll do one more question here. And then, like I said, we've got Tony's contact information in the chat, so make sure to connect with her. So this is a person who is seeking employment. And so he says, I'm in compliance and people in the industry just connecting with me, but we never communicated beyond that. What should I do if I am seeking employment? So a little bit different scenario than somebody with a business to offer.
Your headline should say seeking employment in these type of industries and corporations. Make sure your summary tells a story about why they would want to have a conversation with you and what you are looking for. Always be attractive and don't be lazy. So people want to hear, and people are connecting with people behind these screens. So what would attract you? That's what you want to put out there. And so just tell a story about your last employment, what you enjoyed about it, what you're looking for. And then also you can reach out to recruiters and not in a salesy way. I want to help you meet your goals, Mr. Recruiter. This is my resume. I mean, this is my LinkedIn profile. This is what I'm looking for. If you have any clients that are looking for something like this, let me help you meet your goals. Always talk about how you can help the person on the other side.
All right, we will wrap things up for today. Tony, this has been action-packed, information-filled, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.